everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore, and today is week 7 of the 12 weeks of Christmas. This is one of my favorite boxes this time. I love the buffalo check. This is a new background stamp we have in our holiday catalog, and super pretty. And look at the deer. Is he not just so pretty? I love this deer. This deer is from our detailed deer framelits. So this is the framelit set that we're using. He is the leaping deer. He doesn't have a stamp that goes with him, but the dashing deer is the stamp set that coordinates, and this is a bundle. You can get it is a bundle, and you can stamp this larger deer here and these two smaller ones. They both have thin lids, and then these little poinsettias are just adorable for this. And I'm using one of these little flowers. I probably should take that out while I'm thinking about it. And then I'm using the tags and tidings, and that is for this little Merry Christmas to you and yours. I've already stamped that and embossed it with silver emboss on the black, and I'll show you that. So that is this one right here. So this comes in one sheet, and you can stamp them all at the same time and emboss them all at the same time, or you can just do one at a time. So I just did the one at a time, and we're just going to cut this out, and you do need a piece of basic black also for your little stitch square. And then for the check, we are using the buffalo check. And then we are using the stitch squares, and I'm using the largest and the second largest of the stitch squares. I think that's everything, so let me give you the measurements here. So you're going to need one piece that is 11 by 4.5. Then you need another piece that is 8 1/4 by 3 3/4. Like I said, you need some black for the stitch square, and then you need some silver foil paper for the other stitched square. And then you'll need a piece of extra Poppy Parade, because this is all Poppy Parade, and that is for the deer. I think that is everything now. Except for the ribbon, I am using the organza, the black glittered organza. This is what we had for Halloween, and I told you when I used this for Halloween, we could use this for Christmas and even New Year's. It's really, really pretty, and it goes perfectly for this bag. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to get our buffalo check out, and we are going to go ahead and first stamp these, because it's easier to stamp them first and then we will score them. So I'm using Memento Black, and I'm leaving it on a block. You don't even have to have it on the block. It just gives you a little bit more stability if you do. But you can just lay it on your surface and it works. I've done that before with large background stamps. You can use your Stamparatus for this also, but I just found this was just as easy. Make sure it's really well inked because it has a lot of space there. So we'll do the smaller one first, and we're going to go ahead and set that down. Now this doesn't have to be super, super picky because this is the inside of the box. We want to be a little bit more careful with the outside, but that's that one. And then I'm going to just ink up a little bit more on the bottom here. I'm not going to waste a bunch of ink to ink up the whole thing. And then we're just going to lay this down, back down, and I'm going to try to look underneath and line it up the best I can here. And then we're going to, I usually put a piece of paper on top of this, but I want to try to get this done quick. So there we have that part. So like I said, that's on the inside, so we don't have to be quite as picky. And then this one is a little bit easier also to do, the outside one, because fits almost perfectly in half of this. And this is a really good size bag. So I'm going to try to line this up here, and then I'm just going to rub it here. Make sure you got it all covered. And then we're going to ink it back up. Now this is going to be in the bottom, the seam, so you're not going to see that. So this part right here is going to be in the bottom of your bag. All right, I'm going to grab my chamois really quick here, and I'm going to just wipe this off. I don't want it black all over everything. It's going to be all over my fingers. And I'm going to set that aside, and then we are going to be ready to score this. All right, so now let's go ahead and score this smaller one, the 8 1/4 by 3 3/4, and we're going to score it at 2 6 1/4, and then we're going to turn it. We're going to score it at 1, and you're going to turn it and score it at 2 3/4, or it is 1 inch on both sides, the long sides. I have black everywhere. I really need to get a little wipe because I don't want to get black all over. Okay, so let's go ahead and score this other piece. I got my hands all cleaned up. And we are going to score this one on the 11-inch side at 4 1/2. And then we are going to turn it, and we're going to score it at 4 1/2 again. So it'll fold like that, and this is going to be at the bottom. Okay, so that is all of that. Okay, let's put this all together, and then we could do all the big shot work. So we are going to cut up, let me do it on this side so you can see it a little better. Cut up each one of these, cut a little bit out. And then on the other side as well. And then we're gonna go ahead and sharpen our score marks here. When you do stamp this, you might want to wait a few minutes because there's so much ink on this that I could still feel that it's damp. So after cleaning my hands, I may have it all over my hands again. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to add just a little bit. I'm going to use fast fuse. Go ahead and use sticky strip and put a piece here, 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 and here. And then you're just going to pull this up like that. Make sure it's square. And then that is our box part right there. I'm going to grab some some sticky strip really quick. And I'm going to put some just on the side here. And on this side. And then I'm putting a little bit on each side here. Alright, so I have sticky strip on all of these sides. You can see I always struggle with this, sticky strip some because it is so sticky. So we're going to go ahead and take the backings off of all of this. And then what I'm going to do on here is I'm going to put some fast fuse right here. You can use sticky strip as well, but this is just going to reinforce it on the bottom. We're going to set this down, make sure both sides are even. And just press this down, and then I'm going to pull these sides up and this one up, and then we have our bag. There's the inside right there. Okay, so next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my hole punch, and I'm going to punch 2 holes in this. I'm just going to eyeball it. Make sure your edges are even here. And then I'll grab my ribbon and put the ribbon on so we can get the rest of this done. Pick whichever side you like best on your bag. This one, it came out pretty good, so either I can use either side. This tie is so pretty too. And then we're going to just cut some tails here. Still got sticky strip everywhere. My tear and tape. I'm used to the sticky strip calling it, but it's tear and tape. Alright, so there's our little bag. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring up the big shot and do our big shot work. Okay, so I'm going to use the magnetic platform, the base. We're going to grab do our deer first. And we'll run him through first. He's got really intricate ears, so you're probably going to want to run it back and forth a couple times. But he comes out really, really nice. So here's our little deer. I need to poke a couple pieces here through. And then we're going to do our, let's do our large square. And let me see if I could do the large square, stitch square, and our smaller black one at the same time. I'll just have to cut this down. And I'm going to put this in the middle. Oh no, I can't. I need that part. What am I thinking? I'm just going to cut this down. Because I want to run these all through at the same time. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll use the middle and I'll cut the middle out, but actually I could do it on this one. I could do it on this one and save some of the foil, because the black is going to cover it. And then we need our little piece of black here. Let's just go ahead and leave it the other way since I already. And then we need the smaller square for this one. We'll be able to run these both through at the same time. Put my other plate on here. Whoops, don't move on me. And I think that's it for our big shot. So So we have our stitch square in the black, and then we have our little filigree here. I'll have to get that one out. And this is our stitched large square. And let's move this out of the way and we'll get this one out. It actually comes out pretty easy. And I just need to poke these little flower pieces out because we're going to use the flowered part. Now what I did for this one was I just cut this right here where the flower is. Just cut that right there. And then I just cut down here. So we have a little swirly. Okay, so I think now we're ready to get it all together. So let's go ahead and put our black, smaller black piece on first. See what I mean? It would have covered up that little spot, but it's okay. We're going to go with it like this. Then I'm going to adhere with a little glue dot this little flower to his neck. So pretty. And then I'm going to grab some dimensionals and we're going to pop him up on here. He's so pretty. So I'm going to put him leaping across like that. And then we're going to also pop up the sentiment, and I'm going to grab that really quick, and I'm just going to use my scissors to cut this out. So I'm just cutting it straight across, really close to the lettering. And then I'm just cutting it like a square here. I just wanted it small. I cut this a little bit more too on the bottom. So that's our sentiment there. I'm going to use, I actually should use a mini glue dot, but I didn't bring those out here with me, so let's see if we can work with this. Yeah, that's going to work. And we're going to put this one right in the corner here. And then we're ready to put it on. So I'm going to grab some, and I'm only putting adhesive on the bottom part here. Because it curves in here. So we're just going to put it on here like that. And last but not least, I'm going to use one of our red rhinestones, and we're going to put it right on his little flower here. Little poinsettia. And that is it. So I hope you liked it. Look how pretty they are. I just love this one. And it's so fun to do. Just be careful with the black ink when you're stamping this. I forgot how much that black ink wears off on your hands. So that is it, everyone. If you need any supplies, you can go to my blog at stampingwithamore.com and shop from my blog. I hope you have a blessed week, and I'll see you for week 8. Have a blessed day, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye.